Sherman, you're so weird.
Oh. Anytime we go out to eat ever, it's always Whataburger. With friends and stuff, whenever we...
Well, it's because it's the best, and you kids are just broken.
That's a ghost with a hernia.
Ghosts? I can't even address that. Ghosts are not physical, they're apparitions. You can't. Are you like actively vlogging at the moment? Make your vlog that would painting.
You want to turn it off because we're not talking about anything interesting.
Oh yeah, I should probably... This is Junai. My brother. I always mispronounce people's names.
Sam! Don't tell them he's our brother.
My acting brother.
Your acting brother?
My absentee oldest brother. It's a diver's watch.
What does that mean?
It means you can dive with it.
Do you dive?
No, but it's what it is. I just... Who says I used it?
So it's just a watch.
Swim with it. Stopwatch on it, I suppose. But they have these little gauges in here that measure like your depth.
Yeah.
You're continually only getting like bits and pieces of the conversation because it keeps turning off.
It keeps turning off?
It keeps turning off.
Try to keep it angled down lower.
At this point, you're gonna get the bends.
That feels kind of dumb.
Yeah, vlogging always does feel dumb.
We can't shop all day. What are we doing after that?
I was thinking we could play some League. You seem to be in love with brawling right now.
Yeah,
Wait,
but
what?
Johnny is awful at it.
Well, yeah, but I'm pretty good.
I'm not
so we can
terrible at it.
You're pretty bad at
Yeah,
it.
you're bad.
Of all the things I'm bad at, Wii is not the worst.
No, but Super
But
Smash
Super Smash
Brothers.
Brothers?
I'm pretty bad at that.
So it's definitely shutting itself off on the selfie camera.
Alright.
It looks like it's holding pretty well on the front one. Recording? It's working. So I think I've mentioned it at least once before on the vlog that the camera sometimes has trouble focusing or will shut itself off in the middle of recording for no reason. It was becoming a lot more of a problem yesterday, but I think it had to do with the backlighting, the bright windows and stuff in the restaurant. I don't know why, but I guess maybe the bright light overpowered the camera and it just gave out and then stopped recording. Kind of like a power surge or something. It had to shut itself off because it was getting too much input or something. I have no idea. I just know that it's working now, and that's a good thing because it would cost about $75 to get the camera replaced or $300 to get the phone replaced, and I don't have money to burn. Today I'm in the process of rendering some videos that I'm about to upload to YouTube, obviously. One of which is the portfolio video, and the other of which is the watercolor time-lapse from last week. The watercolor video I'm not going to release yet because I want to spread it out, and then after I do that I have some planning for some other videos that I have in mind. and I'll tell you about them as they show up. I'm glad this camera is working. I'm so happy about that. I hope it was just a fluke. Morning. Woke up this morning to fire alarm. Actually, all of them. Some sort of massive power surge. Of course, it was a false alarm. All the power went out at the same time that the fire alarms went off. But Mom wasn't taking chances, so she came in and, you know, get up, put a shirt on, get a jacket, get your shoes on, get outside. I would describe it as a calm panic. Got outside and saw that everyone else also had their powers out. We were the lucky ones that had the fire alarms go off, though. We had to get Diamond outside and put her on a leash. So she thought she was going on a walk, so I had to go take her on a walk. It's also really cold. There's a bunch of frost everywhere on the housetops, and I could see my breath, and it was a weird morning. My hands are freezing. Alright, my fingers are going numb. I'm gonna put them in my pockets now. Today I've been working on a scholarship video. A video essay for a scholarship. It's just a video on me and it has to be less than 2 minutes, which is an insanely short amount of time to tell anything about yourself. I'm doing sort of a short film type thing for it. And I'm doing the same thing that I did with The Greatest Showman, just real quick sketches, even looser than The Greatest Showman, to get all of the ideas into one video so that I can be on the same page with Ezra and just make sure that I have everything figured out. Also, my camera isn't spazzing out right now. It's recording just fine. But outside, when I was walking the dog and talking about all the frost and the smoke alarms, it was going off every 3 to 5 seconds, and I'd have to hit record again. So I really do think it has to do with the light and the built-in auto adjust features for the lighting. That's my new theory. Anytime it's just too bright, it can't auto adjust the brightness fast enough and it just shuts down. Which is not the worst news, because I know that I can avoid bright lights and therefore may not have a problem with this too much in the future as I thought I might. So good news on that front. I'm almost done with this quick video, then I'll send it over to Ezra, see what he thinks, and that's pretty much it for today. I don't feel like doing a lot of work today. This is hilarious. Okay, so look at this. One of the designs I have on my Redbubble page is this birthday pickle card. I had no idea how popular this item would be when I made it. It was a random concept that I just threw together and put on a card, but it's been the most purchased item on my shop. Anyways, just a minute ago, I got a notification that said I had a note in my bubble mail from an anonymous user who I assume bought the birthday pickle, and says, "Every other birthday pickle I have bought over the past 4 decades has fallen short. This is absolutely my go-to for birthday pickles from this day forward." This tickled me and made my day. I would reply, but I can't find like a reply button or anything. I don't really know how bubble mail works. But yep, birthday pickle. Too bad it's not a t-shirt design. I only get 50 cents per card. I already got as much up as I could with the dry cloth. I should have started filming before I did that because it was way brighter before that. I definitely didn't murder someone. That's not what this is. Obviously. I don't know why I'm filming vertically. Oh, I hate stains. It's gonna take forever. Bethany says I'm a magician. I'm inclined to believe her.
You're vlogging me.
I'm vlogging you.
Acknowledge vlog. You're such a jerk.
I wrote a poem today. I decided that instead of doing the first episode of that animation I'm thinking about, I should have a prologue to really get the world and the story set before it starts out, because it kind of starts out slow. So I want a little prologue to get things going in the story, the actual completed prologue. I don't want to show you too much, obviously. I have yet to think of a narrator. It's a fantasy story and it's a poem prologue. I want it to be like an epic, not trailer voice, but poem, maybe wizard voice. I really don't know yet, because I don't know who's supposed to I don't know who's supposed to be speaking, so it's not really one of the characters speaking. It's just like a tale, kind of like how the Lord of the Rings movies start out with the tale of the ring, and the battle that ended with the severed finger with the ring and stuff. Kind of like that. We shall see. It's so cool. Got the stick a couple days ago. And this arrived today. just now. Now all I need is the top hat, which Ezra has, and I get to see that on Saturday. Next Saturday, not tomorrow. So cool. It has this interesting quality of being too short in the arm while being too big everywhere else. Only clothes imported from like China can truly do that. Where's this from? Yep, China. Here's a nice transition. Remember the poem from yesterday? These are the jewels that I was talking about. Or actually, I don't know if they were even jewels in the poem. I know I showed the colors. The colors stood for the jewels. There's different jewels for different colors, and they each have different shapes and stuff. This all relates back to the Precious Gems animation that I was crafting, which I'll probably continue to work on next week, but for now, this is all you get. This one's gotta be my favorite. That's really all for now, guys. That was what I was working on today, was those jewels. Nice and shiny. I will be back next week working more on the jewels, working more on that story, and hopefully Friday of next week I'll get to record the vocals for the Greatest Showman medley. Very exciting. So I will see you next week.